All right, we're loaded up. We're headed to a big car show this weekend up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's been going on since 1976. It's the C10 car show. We got the old Blue Goose loaded up here on a trailer because it's about 240 mile hike up there, so a little much for Blue Goose. We'll take you along, and it's going to be a wild weekend. We'll have a bunch of videos from that car show, so let's go. All right, halfway there. Looks like everything's riding along just fine. Got about, I don't know, we got 150 miles to go. The truck's riding good. I think we might be riding into some weather though. So my clean job here is gonna get all for naught. Probably gonna have to redo it once I get up there, but let's fill up some diesel here, and then we'll keep trekking north and see what the weather does. Man, we're about 30 miles out from our destination here in the Upper Peninsula in St. Ignace, and about 20 miles ago I picked up a serious shimmy. You can see it in the camera probably. This thing was rolling so smooth pulling the truck, and then I don't know if I threw a wheel weight, but I checked the tires on the trailer. They were warm at the last rest stop, but boy, it is shimmying my ass like crazy. My truck has never done that before. So I don't know if I threw a serious wheel weight off one of the back tires or what, but hopefully it's nothing transmission or drive line related. I mean, only got 74,000 miles on this Duramax. Never had any mechanical issues with it whatsoever, so let's just hope it's a wheel weight. I mean, our roads aren't the best here in Michigan, but it was rolling really smooth for the first 3/4 of this trip, so I don't know what the hell happened, but let's hope it'll make 30 more miles. I picked up my wife in tow. She's behind me in her Mustang convertible. She was at a girlfriend's cabin that's on the way up. She went up yesterday, and her and her girlfriend drove up to their cabin for the night, and then she just waited for me at the entrance ramp there in Gaylord. So she's behind me, keeping an eye out for anything fishy with the trailer. But we should be rolling up to the Mackinac Bridge in about 30 miles, and we'll pick it up then. All right, we made another stop. My wife wanted to stop and use the facilities, and what she told me, sorry about that, here's her little hot rod Mustang. It's very low mileage, 2006. That's a 40,000 mile car. It's like brand new. It is not a 5.0 though. It is a 4.0 V6 car. Not even a stone chip on that thing. Anyway, whoa. What the hell's he beeping at? Anyway, she said the reason that this thing is shaking, she said the front axle's been hopping up and down. She pulled up next to me on the highway, and she said this whole front wheel was bouncing up and down. So, and she said the other side is too, so it's something with the front axle on this. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll just take her a little slower. We only got about 25 miles to go. So, hopefully that'll make it. I don't know. All right. Check in with you when we're offloading. All right. We know we're home. And I say home because I was born and raised across the straits here in Michigan, the Upper Peninsula, 50 years ago in the distance. I don't know if you can see it here, but the Mackinac Bridge towers are just above the trees there, and we'll be going across the Mighty Mac, as they call it here, momentarily. I did figure out something with the shake and the shimmy, as I mentioned earlier. It is the trailer, not my truck. It is the, it's got to have, one of the wheels must have threw a weight or something on the front axle of that haul-you car hauler that I'm hauling my truck on. So we'll have to deal with that, but there's not a whole lot we can do. I'm going to mention it to the, I got a one-way up here, so I'm going to drop it, mention it to them, see if they can maybe balance it, and I'm picking it back up on Monday, taking the truck back home, so we'll see what we can do to address that issue. But here we go, going across the mighty Mackinac Bridge, and it is pronounced Mackinac, folks, not Mackinac. All right, we are on the Mighty Mac, also known as the Mackinac Bridge. Little history here. Opened in 1957, November 1st, 1957, believe it or not. Used to be one of the longest suspension bridges in the world, and spans 5 miles across the Straits of Mackinac. People call it Mackinac, it's Mackinac. Fun fact, my father, who still lives up here, we have a compound up here, the family compound is still up here across the bridge, worked on the Mackinac Bridge for over 30 years, and has some great stories of his adventures out here on the Mackinac Bridge. He was a toll taker for, I don't know, 20 years, and then he went inside, and he was the individual responsible for taking all of the funds that were taken in at the toll plaza. Those funds are dumped into a tunnel through tubes below, and then counted and sorted, and his job was to transport all of the cash to the bank, to the local bank, and they would separate the Canadian currency, and he would have to run that up to Canada for the exchange. And he would do all of that under state police escort. So he had state troopers who would escort him during those money transports. And I'm not sure if they still do it. I think they have a Brinks truck now that comes to the location. But when Dad was working here, he was the money guy. And so he's got some real good stories relating to that, his time working on the bridge. But yeah, growing up here, you kind of take the bridge for granted. And believe it or not, I got my driver's license when I was 15 and a half or whatever it was. And I was really into dirt bikes and motorcycles. And so I got my motorcycle permit right out of the gate. I had a Honda, I think it was a 125. I think it was a 125. Got license plates on it. Turn signals, the whole gimmick. Enduro. I came across the Mackinac Bridge on that thing, and yeah, it was frightening in the fact that when you go through the expansion joints under each tower, you got to remember this bridge was designed to expand, you know, with the wind, and depending on the season, in the temperature, in the wind, some of those expansion joints can be way pulled out. And like very easily for a motorcycle tire to get caught into, and they'll throw you for a little bit of a loop there. But yeah, that was, and then get on the grates right here. Yeah, pretty crazy on a 125 Enduro. But yeah, we did that. So if you can see my finger over here is where Dad lives. He lives right there at the point of that land. He lives right there. So that's where we're going. We'll be there in a matter of a few minutes. We'll have to wait in line probably up here at the toll plaza because it's summer, it's busy. There's always a wait going across the bridge in the summertime. That's why we are traveling on a Thursday, which is still busy. So I am a frequent flyer up here because I'm still trying to take care of dear old Dad. He does pretty well for himself at 85, but I do come up here regularly to try to help him out as much as I can. So I have the Mac Pass sticker, which is the deal where you don't have to give them money. You just pull up and you preload your account with money, and it just, the thing reads your sticker on your windshield, and the arm goes up and you go through. But my wife behind me does not have a Mac Pass on her Mustang, so she is going to have to pay the $4, I believe it's $4 toll now. So we will roll into Dad's place in a matter of minutes here, and we'll be at the toll plaza here shortly. This is how you do it with the Mac Pass. You just cut the line. Worth its weight in gold. And it gives you a discount, because normally I would have to pay for 2 more axles. And I just paid for $4 for the store. Normal cars. Mac Pass, way to go. All right, we are in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. We got about a 2 or 3 minute ride through residential here, and we offloading at the compound. Check in with you then. All right, we are offloaded at the family compound up here at the car show in St. Ignace, and we got our trailer parked here. We got the truck cleaned up from our trip up. Had a little road grime on it. Still got a little bit to get off here, but I think everything's good to go. So I think we'll take it for a rip. We're going to post some video of the cruise night here. It's really hard with this because I got a pretty stiff clutch and 4-speed in this. And in slow stop traffic, it is tough going on the clutch. So I might have a little hot clutch issue on these rides through town, but we'll post those along with all these other video clips we take up here. So we're going to do a walkthrough in the car show Saturday. We'll do a complete walkthrough. It's from one end of town to the other. They close Main Street off, and we're going to show you we'll pick out some cool cars and take a look at them. So until then, see you later.